So there's no doubt that the series Godfather of Harlem is filthy, wicked, and scandalous. And the actors who slander the names of black people's national treasures face this crushing disaster within their hearts and minds. Now we're going to explore this reality. See, this is why there's no need for anyone who has love for any of those who are being portrayed as evil and unrighteous. You don't need to harm anybody because the damage is already being done and the unrighteous acts being committed by those persons. Now, most, if not all, careers that are instrumental in upholding this satanic world have drawbacks or consequences on those involved. So you don't escape. And since Hollywood is the primary means through which behaviors and human indulgences are modeled for the public, we'll do this in a movie so they can do it out there. Then its detrimental effect on its actors in particular have been duly noted. Many articles have been written about celebrities coming forward to reveal their mental health illnesses. Let's consider this one from the Guardian news agency, the very popular The Guardian. It states, "It is practically a professional requirement that actors be emotional and vulnerable, but only recently has protecting their mental well-being become a priority. Actor and playwright Millie Thomas is sick of the image of the tortured artist. Quote, there's nothing romantic or glamorous about depression, she says. But Thomas believes that the idea persists, particularly for performers. Actors are expected to expose themselves emotionally, often with little regard for how it affects their states of mind. At the same time, they work in a profession characterized by instability, in which self-worth often rests on their ability to get the next role. Until recently, however, little attention had been paid to the relationship between acting and mental health. One of the reasons Thomas wrote her solo play, Dust, an unflinching look at one young woman's suicide, was because she was frustrated with reductive understandings of mental health. She recalls her own experience of depression. Quote, I was very, very ill, but also completely able to get out of bed every day and go to work and do my job. And I think that's a blessing and a curse. I just thought, we're not talking about this. Now, how can anyone invest themselves emotionally and mentally in playing wicked roles? Murderers, liars, criminals, prostitutes, whores, pimps, and foul-mouthed degenerates, and not suffer any mental health consequences? You can't, because of the way Allah made the brain and the purpose of the brain, which we will address in a minute. And this will show us why you don't get away. You didn't create yourself, so you can't get away from what the Creator had in mind for our creation and the consequences of not abiding by the law of our creation. Now, here's another article on the problem of celebrities and mental illness, published by the National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI. It states, I remember the first time I was asked to secure a celebrity for a NAMI event in 2006. It was for a press event to help encourage media coverage of a major NAMI initiative. After many weeks of attempts and rejection, we were fortunate to have Oscar and Emmy-winning actor Patty Duke agree to be our spokesperson. I asked her why it was so difficult to find someone from the entertainment industry willing to speak out. She shared that at that time in Hollywood, talent would run the risk of getting blacklisted or denied parts if it were known that they had a mental health condition. The risk was considered too high for many. When I asked her why she was able then to come forward, she laughed and said, quote, "Well, dear, everyone already knows my story of bipolar disorder. And besides, I've been the president of the Screen Actors Guild and had a successful career. I can afford to take risk. And if not me, then who will be among the first to step forward?" End of quote. So how well do actors suffering quietly from mental illness enjoy their money and fame?